guys, welcome. Well, guess what? You have your K1s in your hands, and we are so happy to hear it. And my name is Allison, and this is my good friend slash coworker Ryan at our Stoco family here at the headquarters. We just want to share a little bit more about what you have. I mean, you've opened up the box, you've seen it, and we want to let you know exactly what's in your hands and why it's going to be so incredible for your life. So I'm going to start by just introing myself, a little bit about our brand, and what I feel is so amazing about our K1 product, and then I'll hand it over to the man beside me who knows way more about how the product actually works from a scientific and medical perspective. So my name is Allison, as I mentioned. I am actually an elite athlete, and before I go any further, wait, am I still? Yeah, let's go with that. I was a very elite athlete. I was a two-time Olympian in the sport of alpine skiing for Canada. I competed in 2 Winter Olympic Games, and that was it, because I crashed and had a devastating knee injury in my second Olympics, which ended my career. Guess what? That was 2006. I went into an ACL reconstructive surgery within 24 hours of my injury, which was fascinating, and I was prescribed a rigid knee brace. So here's the thing, I will be very transparent and honest, as I always am, and as we are here at Stoco. I hated it. I felt that it moved, this is before Stoco was born, you guys. I did not like it. I felt like it moved on my body. It did not allow for the proper range of motion for skiing or really any activity I was doing. Yeah. And to be honest, Ryan, the number one thing I really felt was I felt like I knew I needed to strengthen that leg again when I was put back on snow after my injury, but I felt like I was constantly trying to unload that leg. Right. So I love that our tights actually support both of your legs. And before I go any further, I just want to share something about being an athlete. So you may be watching this right now and say, well, I'm actually not an athlete. And so what we're really up for here at Stoco is redefining the definition of an athlete. We believe, and we challenge you to believe, that anyone that moves their body with intention to pursue any sort of athletic endeavor, whatever that level, is an athlete and can benefit from our product. For me, 16 years post-injury, I got given, like you, my first pair of K1s by this incredible company. I love them so much, and they changed the game for me so much in real life, as I get goosebumps standing here, that I wanted to come work for this incredible brand. I felt, and we have, lower body alignment, lower back support,
that's correct,
ultimate compression, and best of all, I felt completely protected in my knee. Great. So I'm going to hand it over to you because you're smarter. And I want to just share with everyone that not only do you have a master's of
knee injury biomechanics,
because there's such a thing, you guys. He also has spent up to 10 years working in the bracing industry. Right. So I am going to jump onto leaping into the reality that you probably haven't seen a knee brace like this because we invented it.
That's correct.
Fair?
Very new.
Very new. And so, Ryan, in your expertise, I'd love you to start, if you're cool with it, to tell our athletes here a little bit about our proprietary Embrace system. The 90 feet or 30 meters of cable that actually wind comfortably around your legs through the tights. So tell us about those.
That's correct. The Embrace system is really the heart of the K1 and why we can provide that high level of support in a pair of tights. Right? So this Embrace system is really made up of 3 key parts. First, integrated high-strength cables, which you alluded to. 2, control dowels, and 3, support laminations. I'm going to use you and demonstrate these 3 features.
Let's do it.
So that network of cables originates up at the hip, transmits down the lateral thigh, crosses over the medial and lateral knee, and then the anterior and posterior calf. That same network of cables winds their way back up the posterior chain and anchors back up at the hip. What controls the tension in these networks are the 2 control dials located at the small of the back. The left dial controls the tension in the left leg, the right dial controls the tension in the right leg. What's really great about attaching support level 2 control dials means that you can get a lot of adjustability out of the system. It can go all the way from just being a targeted compression tight to give you those proprioceptive benefits at the knee. It can give you a small amount of support if you just dial it up just a few quick cranks, for instance, maybe later on in your rehabilitation program. Or if you need a lot of stability, we can keep cranking up those dials to get that support that you feel like you need.
Not surprisingly, the full crank is kind of my jam.
Yeah. With those injuries, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I just like to really feel it tugged in here. So tell us about the laminations.
Right. So these laminations that we see on the side of the tight are not just a pretty face. They actually anchor those cables at strategic locations to make sure that the cables don't pull tight when you go through a normal range of motion. Remember we said that the traditional brace created those restrictions for you? Well, these laminations lock these cables in place so that you don't feel that restriction. But they are locked in place in case you go into a biomechanically compromised position or those injury positions, for instance, what happened to you at the Olympics. fix.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was lucky. I was lucky because I chose not to wear my rigid knee brace, and that was risky at the time. But I was also very fortunate to be working with some of the best sport physiologists and trainers in the world, and thank you. Thank you to all of you that supported me to be able to come back from that injury without having to wear that only existing rigid knee brace. So what I think is super cool is that we actually can now avoid that whole step in injury recovery. So can you tell us a little bit from your awesome expertise about injury protection with the K1?
Absolutely. So that embrace system, those three key parts work in unison to help protect against these injury mechanisms. I'm not actually going to injure Allison here, but I'm going to try to demonstrate visually the best we can.
Too many already, big guy, too many.
Yes. One of those injury positions, very classic injury, a valgus position, which is dictated by her knee translating medially or towards the mid-plane of the body. The tights aren't tightened right now, but if they were, the anchor points at the calf and the hip are going to pull the cables tight against that medial knee, providing that support in realigning your lower body.
Awesome. Tell us a little bit more about why do I need this product? Like, what am I using it for?
Right, that's a really great point.
Besides, so here I am, I don't actually have an acute knee injury, but I want to maybe look at opportunities to just protect my overall lower body and protect my knee. What can I be using our product for?
Right, so this product is really good for lower body alignment. Again, we talked about it transmitting over the hips, helps control and stabilize the pelvis. It's really great for some of those proprioceptive benefits. Again, we have targeted compression in a zone at the knee, which is really going to help with some blood flow and that proprioception and connecting your mind and your knee and feeling where it is in space. And then finally, it's going to help with that recovery. Again, because of that targeted compression in that zone, that's going to really help restrict and prevent some of the swelling that might happen.
So it's pretty obvious to me, and probably everyone already watching, that this is not your average tight. But I also want to just make sure that everyone's very clear that we have done our due diligence to make sure our tights really work to the benefit that we say they work. So tell us a little bit about where our athletes can find more information if they want to, if they're a dig deeper type into that science.
Yes, we want to be really transparent about the work that we do to help show that this tight can provide the same level of support as a traditional knee brace.
Yeah.
And so if you go on our website, you're actually able to see the research that we've done that helps show the support level, as well as the various analysis that we've done.
Awesome.
And I highly recommend that you check that out.
Right. And he highly recommends that you check out the science, and I highly recommend that you put them on your body and you go for your activities. So with that being said, we are here for feedback. We know there's all sorts of amazing people that are watching this video right now, from people that are doctors, clinic owners, elite athletes, people that just want to get out of bed in the morning and feel better with their lower body when they move it around the neighborhood. So just get them on your body. We are going to also show you how to do that, and we'll provide some links to be able to make sure that you're putting these tights on properly, both for their efficacy and for their comfort. So again, not your average black legging. We're very proud of that. But I still think they look pretty sleek.
They look
pretty sleek.
The design team did a good job.
90 feet of cables, have never felt so comfortable. So you guys, hello@stoko.ca is where you're going to find me. I'm going to be able to be there to help you to get whatever else you need. Anyone you think in your world that can benefit from Stoko and from the K1, we would love to hear about as well. So we will obviously be in touch. Please be in touch with us. We are feedback monsters. We want to know what is working, what you guys love, what you think we could improve upon with our product, of course, as well. So with that being said, Ryan and I will hopefully see you one day on the trails or on the ski hill. I might be a bit faster than you. I'm just going to say it. I might be a bit faster than you still.
We'll see.
Yeah. But thank you guys, and enjoy your K1s, and we can't wait to welcome you further into our Stoko family. Cheers.